Hey gang, and welcome back. These videos are brought to you by Card Conduit, the best place to sell your unused collection fast and easily. 401 Games, Canada's top shop for all your hobby and TCG needs. Dragon Shield, the strongest sleeves for your strongest decks. Moxfield, the easiest way to store and share your deck lists. And Foil Armor, flatten your foils fast. Ian wins the die roll and starts us off. He draws and plays a tapped Rustvale Bridge. I've got a Windswept Heath for turn, sacrificing it and losing one for Sheltered Thicket. Mika draws and plays a tapped Windsguard Crag, gaining 1. Max draws and plays a Maestros Theater, gaining 1 life as he sacrifices it to go and find a mountain. Ian draws, plays an Exotic Orchard, and ships it to me. I've got a Forest, and cast a Rampant Growth, passing while searching for a basic to the field. Mika plays an island, and pays 2 for Azorius Signet. Max draws, plays a forest, and then foretells a card. Ian's turn has him playing an island, and we then see one of his commanders with Rasaad. I draw, play an Ondu Sky Ruins, and then cast an Otepec Huntsmaster, passing after that. Mika plays a tapped Swiftwater Cliffs, gaining 1, and then plays Pramikon, choosing counterclockwise. With nothing else, he passes. Max just plays an island, and we see Averna, and he ships it after his commander resolves. Ian draws, and plays a Plains, and then casts an Arakora Sneak. This gets him the initiative, and as he enters the Undercity, he goes to find a Plains to put to hand. He then swings Rasaad at Max, which, because he has the initiative, doubles his toughness, and Max takes the hit for 6. My turn has me casting Pantlaza in my main phase, and I discover until I hit Beast Within. I use it on Pramikon, and then give Pantlaza haste with the Huntsmaster. Going to combat, I swing Pantlaza at Mika, dealing 4, and passing. Mika's turn has a playing a mountain, and recasting Pramikon. He chooses counterclockwise again, and then goes to combat. He swings the Beast token at me for 3, which I take, and Mika passes. Max draws and goes to combat, swinging Averna at Mika. Mika blocks with Pramikon, and after damage, Max uses the Lightning Bolt to take out Pramikon. His second main phase then has him playing an Is It Boilerworks, and he passes to Ian. Ian continues through the Undercity, putting 2+1/+1 counters onto his commander. He then draws for turn. He plays a Plains, and then casts a Midnight Pathlighter. He goes to combat and swings Rasaad at Mika, and the Sneak at me. Rasaad once more doubles their toughness, with Mika taking 10, and I take 8. Ian then ventures twice, thanks to the Pathlighter, and goes Pantlaza, and then draws a card as he moves further into the Undercity. After that, Ian passes. I've got a tapped Restless Prairie for turn, and then cast a Temple Altasaur. This has me discovering, and I reveal until I hit a Pugnacious Hammerskull, and once it's out, give the Hammerskull haste with the Huntsmaster and go to combat. I swing the Hammerskull at Ian and Pantlaza at Max, and neither of them block. With Ian getting hit in combat, I take the initiative, and I go to find a forest while passing. Mika's main phase has him casting a Whirlwind of Thought, and he then plays a tapped Hollowed Fountain and passes. Max has a mountain, and casts Volcanic Torrent. He cascades into Faldorn off of it, and then deals 2 to each opponent's creatures, and then goes to combat. He swings Averna at me for the initiative, and I let him have it to hopefully redirect Ian's next attack. Max goes to find a mountain from the Undercity trigger, and passes after that. Ian's got a Plains for turn, and he casts an Oathworn Giant. Going to combat, he swings Rasaad at me, the Pathlighter at Max, and the Sneak at Mika. The Pathlighter makes it so that none of us can block, which has Ian hitting all of us, taking back the initiative, and getting 3 adventure triggers. He's able to resolve them in his order, which has him venturing once, then taking the initiative, and then venturing 2 more times. This has him initially finishing the dungeon, which has him revealing his top 10. This has him putting out a Loyal Unicorn that gets 3+1/+1 counters, and hexproof until his next turn. He then resolves taking back the initiative, which has him re-entering the Undercity, and he goes to find a basic. He then ventures 2 more times in the Undercity, putting 2 +1/+1 counters on the sneak, and then goads my Hammerskull. With nothing else, Ian passes. I've got a forest return, and cast Palani's Hatcher, which as it comes in, has me discovering into a Scytheclaw Raptor. I then move to combat, and sacrifice one of the 2 eggs that I made from the Hatcher coming in, making a 3/3 dinosaur. I then have to swing my Hammerskull at Max, and he takes the hit, and I pass. Mika draws, and plays a Port Town, revealing an island so it comes in untapped. Max's turn has him playing a Temple of the False God, and then casts a Delayed Blast Fireball, dealing 5 to each opposing creature and player. The Temple Altasaur's ability saves most of my board at least, and after that, Max passes. Ian ventures further into the Undercity, drawing a card and drawing for turn. He then plays on an island for turn, and then casts Grand Arbiter Augustin IV. He follows up with an Angelic Shield. With nothing else, he passes. I play Sunpetal Grove and cast Domri, Anarch of Bolas. I then downtick my Walker to have the Hammerskull fight Grand Arbiter, and with the ability on the stack, Ian uses Angelic Shield to bounce my Hammerskull in response. Going to combat, I then swing out at Ian, and he blocks Pantlaza with the Sneak, and the Hatcher with the Loyal Unicorn. He then takes 7 though, and I get the initiative, which has me scrying 2. I then pass turn. Mika's turn has him playing Flagstones of Trocaire, and then casting Alexios, and passing. Max gets Alexios on his upkeep, and adds a counter to it, and then draws for turn. He plays a mountain, and we then see Boarding Party, which has him cascading into a Midnight Clock. Going to combat, Max swings Alexios at Domri and the Wolf token at me from Faldorn. Domri gets taken out, and Max takes the initiative, which has him putting 2 +1/+1 counters onto Averna, and he passes after that. Ian gets Alexios on his upkeep, adds a counter to it, and draws. He plays a tapped Lonely Sandbar, and then recasts Rasaad. We then see Battle Mastery going onto Alexios. Going to combat, Ian swings Alexios at me, the Sneak at Max, and Grand Arbiter and the Unicorn at Mika. And I get taken out, and Mika and Max don't block. This is Ian retaking the initiative, and he finishes the Undercity again. This time keeping Tetsuko Umezawa, giving it 3 +1/+1 counters, and hexproof until his next turn. He then passes after that. Mika gets Alexios back and draws. He plays a Steam Vents, and then casts Molten Primordial, taking the Boarding Party and the Little Unicorn, and then goes to combat. He swings everything at Ian, who blocks the Boarding Party with a Sneak, and the Primordial with Grand Arbiter. Ian then takes the rest, dropping to 2, while Mika gets a basic from the initiative, and passes. Max's upkeep has Alexios coming to his side with a counter, and he draws for turn. He casts a Bloodbraid Marauder, which has him cascading into a Soul Talisman. And because he's cascaded with Averna out, he's able to play an Obscura Storefront, which comes in, and he sacrifices it to go and find an island and gain 1. This also has Max gaining 2 Wolf tokens from Faldorn. He then goes to combat. He swings Alexios and Faldorn at Ian, with the rest going at Mika. Without enough blockers, Max is able to deal lethal damage and win the game. Game review time. So this game was 57 minutes, and as you can see, you may have noticed that I'm on a real creature type kick. I've built a bunch of them with zombies, dinosaurs, elves, but I have to say I still think goblins are my favorite. And I have to ask, what's your favorite creature type? Leave a comment down below. Other than that, it was a pretty fun game. There was one board wipe, some decent spot removal, but I think the oddest play in the entire game was when Ian put Battle Mastery on Alexios. Yes, it allowed him to take me out and basically sped up the game, but I don't think you ever really want to enchant someone else's creature, especially when you lose control of it, and it's going to probably attack you the next turn. I think he would have been better suited to put it on something like Rasaad, which I think when coupled with the fact that he could have cast his other half of his commander zone, which is the Sword Coast Sailor, to give himself unblockable basically, could have been really threatening. This video wouldn't be possible without the help from my sponsors, but it definitely wouldn't be possible without the help from you, the viewers. and my patrons. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and to remember, friends are just opponents you haven't eliminated yet.